Palmetto State Armory has long been known for making affordable firearms. I once heard a podcast with one of the owners saying that they do everything they can to keep the cost on their products down so that anybody who wants to practice their Second Amendment rights are able to. He also went on to say that the more guns he can get into law-abiding citizens' hands, the harder it would be for the government to ever take our Second Amendment rights away. I really felt that that was a solid message that I could really get behind. They also build all of their guns and parts in the USA, which is a huge deal. Palmetto State has also greatly expanded their offerings over the past few years, which brings us to the AK-V, the firearm that we will be looking at right now. The Palmetto State Armory AK-V is essentially an AK chambered in 9mm that runs on a direct blowback operating system instead of the more traditional long-stroke piston operating system found in most AKs. It is also loosely based off the Russian Viches, which is a submachine gun chambered in 9mm used by Russian Special Forces. I love subguns and I love the AK, so when you combine the two, it's an instant winner in my book. I've been a fan of pistol caliber carbines for a long time, and their popularity continues to grow, and it's easy to see why. They fill so many roles. They make a great range toy because they are so much fun to shoot without breaking the bank. They can also make a great home defense weapon because they're easier to control than a pistol. Pistol caliber carbines also make great truck guns or get home guns because they're usually fairly compact. The AK-V also fills all of these roles very nicely, making this not only a gun that is a ton of fun to shoot, but also practical for many applications. Palmetto State has really built a very well-made 9mm AK. You'll get a forged front trunnion and bolt carrier, a 10.5-inch nitrided barrel, meaning that the barrel will probably outlast you, a Picatinny rail on top of the dust cover for the easy attachment of optics. This particular model has the nutmeg wood furniture, however Palmetto State has them with several different configurations for the furniture. I also think it's important to note that it does take standard AK furniture, so you can always swap it out for something else if you like. The safety lever is extended, making it easier to use, as is the paddle mag release, which is a very welcomed upgrade. The trigger is very good for an AK style trigger. It's light, pulling at just above 3 pounds, but it does have some of that unpredictability in the wall and the break like most AKs. It is a great AK trigger, but someone coming from something like an AR, the trigger may take a little getting used to. Another enhancement to the traditional AK platform that PSA has included in the AK-V is a bolt release. For those that don't know, AKs don't hold open on the last round, and thus they have no need for a bolt release. Since the AK-V uses Scorpion mags, which do have a last round bolt hold open, they added the feature to this gun. The AK-V will hold open on the last round, and you can release the bolt by pushing down on this small little switch. Now, I consider myself a bit of a purist, and when I first saw this, I was a little turned off by this feature. But as I shot it more, it did grow on me. Everyone else who wasn't as stuck in their ways as me, of course, loved it right from the beginning. I will say, if you're not a fan, it doesn't interfere at all with how you'd normally run an AK. The bolt release is small and won't get in the way or hardly even be noticed. As much as I want to stick with my sentiments as "Niet, rifle is fine," after spending some time with this, I have to admit it is a pretty big improvement, and I'm glad PSA included it on the AK-V. You really can't talk about the Palmetto State Armory AK-V without talking about the mags. First of all, it runs on relatively available and affordable CZ Scorpion pattern magazines. PSA just didn't stop there. They made their own Scorpion mags, which actually have some great features over the original CZ mags. The Palmetto State mags have metal feed lips instead of the original plastic ones from CZ. These plastic feed lips have been somewhat of an issue for some people, so PSA remedied that. I do want to say that CZ has a new and updated Scorpion magazine, but I haven't got to play with those much yet. The PSA mags are very affordable, and they're 35 rounds for the states that are still free. On top of that, PSA sells an extension for the magazine, taking it all the way up to a capacity of 50. You gotta love that freedom. If you just love the looks of drums, and who doesn't, there's also a 50-round drum available that will surely bring a tear to a liberal's eye. We tried Scorpion mags in the AK-V and AK-V mags in a Scorpion, and everything functioned flawlessly. So if you need some mags for your Scorpion, these will work out great and won't break the bank. Likewise, if you have a pile of Scorpion mags, you are also ready to go if you decide to add an AK-V to your pile. We have to talk about the brace from SB Tactical because it's pretty amazing, and the Alphabet Boys may soon be coming to try to confiscate the close to 1 million braces in circulation in America. I'm sure that's going to go over really well. The brace is meant to mimic the triangle folding stock that you see on many AKs. The top bar is fairly rigid while the bottom and back are softer rubber. And of course, like any brace, the back opens up so you can insert your arm through it, allowing you to shoot one-handed. The brace does also fold to one side, making the gun shorter for storage and again mimicking the genuine stock. The brace is awesome, and I would highly recommend you pick one up for use on an AK pistol or any pistol equipped with a section of Picatinny rail at the rear. Some shooters notice just the slightest amount of flex from the lower bar while shooting, but after all, it is a brace and not a stock. Praise was universally positive on this brace, and even the shooters who experienced that flex in it still said it was one of the best braces available, especially for the AK platform. Throughout the review process, we tried several accessories that were exceptional with the AK-V. We attached the JMac Customs X Series muzzle brake. This is a very impressive brake because it allows you to attach either a flash can from JMac or a suppressor like the Silencer Co. Omega 9K right to the brake. Along with the Silencer Co. Omega 9K, we also used the Gemtech Lunar 9 suppressor while we were reviewing the AK-V, and it functioned perfectly with both suppressors, supersonic and subsonic ammo. Basically, the AK-V is just a tank and it will eat anything that you feed it. Reliability is outstanding. Another thing we used was this Kinetic Development Group low mount, exclusively from Optics Planet, for the Aimpoint Acro. This made for a great low-profile sight setup for the AK-V. I know that Palmetto State Armory has had a difficult time keeping these in stock and satisfying demand, but it is easy to see why. This gun just flat out kicks ass and delivers everything that you could possibly want from an AK chambered in 9mm. It also does this cheaper than the competition. I'm not going to say how much cheaper because prices on these seem to be fluctuating a bit, and like I said, demand is exceeding supply. But I feel confident that PSA will keep it priced as low as possible to get the guns into the people's hands. Another huge factor to the cost of ownership is the mags. The AK-V mags are cheap, work great, and compatible with another platform. This makes the cost of ownership of this gun much cheaper than any competitors, even if the retail prices of the actual guns is getting pretty close to being the same. Everyone who shot the PSA AK-V absolutely loved it, and there's not much to not love. PSA has really delivered on the AK-V. It's fun to shoot, accurate enough, has great ergonomics, and is relatively affordable. It's great to see PSA broadening their offerings with quality products like the AK-V, and I can say that no matter what you want to do with it, no matter how hard you want to run it, the Palmetto State AK-V won't let you down. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I also want to take just a second and tell you about Ammoland.com. Ammoland.com is a shooting sports news website. Over there you can see articles on politics, guns, ammo, anything to affect the 2A community, and I also write for them too, and they help me get the Palmetto State AK-V for review, so without them you wouldn't be seeing this video right now, so go over there and check them out. And guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel, you want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, because we have what possibly could be the hottest lineup of videos coming out over the next couple months that we have ever had in the history of Alabama Arsenal. There's going to be a lot of really good reviews and you won't want to miss them, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're dying to know and you want to know what those reviews are right now, way before they hit the YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and there you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the best possible way to do that is on Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. If you want to go out and represent, there's Alabama Arsenal gear available right below the video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.